Really is a chilling message to the senior members of the British monarchy, directly from, of course, a much-loved former royal himself. Yes, Prince Harry, alongside his wife, Meghan Markle. And as ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. How are you? Nice to see you. And as ever, thank you so much for joining me. I'm glad that you enjoyed the video, by the way, about the Café de Paris and, of course, the superstar that was the late and beautiful Marlene Dietrich making a cabaret debut there. If you haven't checked that video out, do have a look. As I said, it was a sparkling place to be in. I was lucky enough to film in it a number of times. Fascinating to think now that really they don't have that type of cabaret, but the room still remains. Maybe somebody someday could revitalize it and bring it back to the glamorous world that was the heyday of Noel and Marlene. Back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. Now, you know, I often say this, I know, but it's a very strange situation, isn't it? When you think about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, if you recall back, particularly Prince Harry, when he was launching his book, Spare, he basically said he had lots more. He could have filled hours of books, apparently. And as we now know, his ghostwriter, JR, had to hold him back on revealing even more, if that were possible. Now, what's interesting when you think about it with Prince Harry, obviously he wants to get a lot of his chest. He's certainly looking for, you know, ways to make sure that he keeps the deals rolling in. The bigger problem, as we've told you now, with his contract with Netflix is simply this. They don't want the tosh that they've put forward, like Pearl, the animated series that they binned, and of course the business show that flopped that the executive produced. The money spinner was revealing all gossip. Lots of it, and of course, the more salacious, the better. Now, there was a story going around earlier this week that Harry and Meghan were still, you know, thumbing out a deal for the next part of their Netflix contract. What we can tell you is this. Yes, it is real. Yes, they are considering doing a, can you imagine this, full-length movie, cinematic as it were, to be screened on and then streaming and then through television. But here's the reason why, and this is why Netflix really don't care what they come up with. If you think about it, Netflix have currently got in production a book based on the infamous Prince Andrew interview with the BBC interviewer, Emily Maitlis, called Scoop. And as we've told you previously and exclusively on this channel first, they are going to have to stretch that story. So you will see a tagline underneath saying elements could have been accepted, put in, etc. Basically meaning it's not true. Now, with that in mind, of course, Harry and Meghan can simply go down the very same route, detailing even more behind the red velvet curtain secrets of life in the British monarchy. And this is something that's not gone without good remiss over both Harry and Meghan's heads. It's a way of making a lot of money. Now, whether people believe it or not remains to be seen. But a lot of people did believe their docuseries, even though it's proven to be fictitious in so many levels. And if Harry and Meghan do push forward with this, then they would get the remaining part of the Netflix contract. And they do need that money. More so than ever, now he has to pay for his own security, not just in California, but worldwide, and of course losing his IPP status. What a sad state of affairs, though, when you think about it. The fact that he knows, given the fact that Netflix are giving a free and easy ride to his uncle, Prince Andrew, in their documentary, that he simply could do the same for his very own, which is, of course, just trashing his family on a higher level, whichever way you look at it. It's a developing story, and as ever, when I know more, you'll know more. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.